the dark night of the soul and detachment. I've already talked about the significance of detachment when you are going through the dark night of the soul. And in general, we need to detach from many different things, from the habits that we used to have, from the roles that we used to play, from identities, and so on. Very often we need to detach from the ideas we had about what our life should be like. But today I would like to talk about the detachment from the dark night of the soul itself. Because here's the thing, even though I do believe that the dark night of the soul is a sacred period, it's a period that can actually change our life completely. It can help us lead authentic lives and live our lives on our terms. And I can't think of anything better. So I do believe that it's a sacred period, but at the same time, we can have this tendency to attach to it too much and for too long, because even though the dark night of the soul can be full of discomfort, especially emotional discomfort, at some point we may find that the dark night of the soul has become comfortable for us. Because, one of the shifts that we are expecting after we are done, so to speak, with the dark night of the soul is moving into a completely different life, or a significantly different life. And very often, maybe even always, we don't know what that will be, what it's going to be like, how am I going to plan it. Sometimes, what am I going to do? There are many different questions and we have no idea, we have no answers, and it can be both scary and exciting. So basically we are in this space that I would call I don't know, or I have no idea, I have no clue. And the mind doesn't like it, because the mind wants to know, the mind wants to protect you, and the mind wants to strategize and have a plan. And here it is, the mind is in no position to do that when you are at the crossroads, because very often when we are going through the dark night of the soul, we are at the crossroads and we don't really know where to go. So as a result, staying in the dark night of the soul, which is, as I said, full of discomfort, can be the most comfortable option for us. Or so we think it is, like a very comfortable option. So our new comfort zone. And I don't know what's your situation, and I don't know whether you still need to go through some processes and, perhaps shedding of some layers in your experience, but maybe you're in a place, or you're at a moment when actually your dark night of the soul, or the dark night of the soul in your life, has been going on for a while, and it may be high time to actually maybe you just need to get ready for a new chapter. So on the one hand, I believe that we need to make friends with the dark night of the soul. We can't pretend that, I don't know, we don't see it, or I wouldn't recommend hating the experience, because, it will be less bearable, I believe. So I do recommend that you make friends with your dark night of the soul. But at the same time, remember that it's not here to stay. At least that's what I believe, that basically the dark night of the soul is for us to show us some aspects that need to be changed or optimized. Let's use the business language. But basically, after we get the message, and I've also prepared a meditation on that, so I recommend that you check it out, because it might be helpful. But basically, when we get the message, it's actually time to move on. And easier said than done, because I've been going, this experience has been going on for me for about 3 years, so it's been a long time. But I also came to this realization some time ago that at some point I was putting the dark night of the soul on the pedestal, and it was subconscious. I didn't even see it that way, but then when I reflected back on that, on some events, or on my approach to certain things, I was like, I created a myth around the dark night of the soul. So I can understand that when you do that, and I can understand your reasons for that. But at the same time, it can be very tricky. So I do recommend that you get in touch with yourself. And if you have an impression that maybe there is this myth that you've created about the dark night of the soul, and maybe you even call it my dark night of the soul. I've also posted a meditation about this aspect. So basically, just catch yourself whether you use this phrase like my dark night of the soul, because I strongly recommend that you don't identify with that so much. Basically, it's the dark night of the soul in your life. It may be some sort of archetype, and there is something in you that has attracted this archetype. But basically, things just come and go, and this too shall pass. So yes, I would say that it's good to stay mindful. It's good to empty your mind and basically say goodbye to all the narratives that you may have created around the dark night of the soul, because again, it's a sacred experience. But remember, it's basically it doesn't need to be that long, I believe. So yeah, just get in touch with yourself, because you will be able to find the right answer for you. Some of us may need more time when we are going through the dark night of the soul, but I think it just takes a lot of, I would say, discernment to see and feel when it's time to move on, when it's time to start living again, like in the normal reality, so to speak, or in the outside world, to be part of life again. And basically, I recommend that you're open for that again, if it was a good time for you and if it feels right. So get in touch with yourself, practice discernment. And yes, I think that's everything that I wanted to say in this episode. So I wish you all the best, and until next time.